Oh, here we go.
Yeah, this is new. Isn't that what we all want to do when someone bumps into you in public?
Yeah.
Just knock them out.
Hello there, I'm Josh, this is Alex. We are the target audience. Content is made for absolutely everybody, but is specifically made for us, and hopefully for you as well. Today we are watching Season 3, Episode 5 of Star Trek, the original series, for the first time. Is there, in truth, no beauty? I'm specifically excited / nervous for this one. If you've been following along with us, you know that my favorite director so far in Star Trek has been Ralph Senensky. I loved all of his episodes so far, and today's episode is the one and only Season 3 episode that he directed. I did read that I guess he did some work on another episode, but didn't get credit as the director. I don't know about that. But this one, directed by Ralph Senensky, the last one, and the only one in Season 3. So, of course, I'm a little bit biased in thinking that I'm gonna love it, but it's also in Season 3, which have had some ups and downs, even already, just 4 episodes in.
Yeah, we're in that lower part of the roller coaster, the bottom part of a heartbeat, and it's getting a little nervous. I'm hoping we're not going to flatline here. I need another dip and dodge up because those children last week really, yeah, you know how I feel. But hey, optimistic. That's the whole point of Star Trek, right? Optimistic future. The boldly go, where everyone else has gone before, but not us, because we're watching it for the first time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'm excited, ready to jump in on this one. If it's your first time here, like I said, we've watched this whole show here on the channel, and after we're done with this season, we'll jump into the animated series and the movies and TNG and so on. So make sure to subscribe, join us on this journey, and become part of the target audience.
We have been assigned to convey the Medusan's ambassador to the Federation.
Medusans like Medusa?
That was my first son, yeah.
A race of beings who are formless, so utterly hideous. Brings total madness to any human who sees one.
Like Medusa, yeah.
I'm James Kirk, the captain.
They were so ugly they had to name the whole species after Medusa.
Are you sure this visor will work?
It has proved effective for Vulcans.
It's your human half I'm worried about.
Oh, a visor. Okay, that's interesting. I know that the one guy from Reading Rainbow in TNG has a visor. I wonder if there's any relation.
Oh, yeah. I wonder that's where it came from. I like the effect on the camera, though. That's cool.
There you go.
Yay! You can barely
Welcome
do it.
aboard, Ambassador Collis. I am First Officer Spock.
I'm Dr. Jones.
She's been in this show before.
I mean, that's one thing about this show. Like, everyone looks so familiar. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they reused everyone, like, at least 5 times over.
Yeah, but no, I'm fairly certain she was in Return to Tomorrow.
To seek out new life and new civilizations.
Was the planet always red? I just noticed that. Maybe because the visor, it's in my head, but that planet was red. Was it always red?
I think
it.
I think in these original effects it has been.
Okay.
One last time, Ralph. Here we go. Oh, okay.
Cool.
I always like shots like this where it shows a bunch of randoms.
Yeah, like, as we know, the Enterprise is always moving. There's always other stuff going on. But to see everyone stop like that, that's kind of cool.
And the reasoning, too, like no one can see this.
I've heard, Mr. Spock, that you turned down the assignment with the ambassador.
I was unable to accept. My life is here. Spock to bridge, we have arrived at the ambassador's quarters.
Thank you, Mr. Spock. Notify all hands to return to stations.
All throughout Season 2, I'm like, man, I want Chekhov and Sulu to be together. And I think they've been together every episode this season.
Yeah, it's been very refreshing. Just every member of the crew has been in every episode so far.
He didn't want to take the mission to go down with it, but he wants to look at it now.
Oh, jeez. It's like psychedelic.
I almost envy you your assignment.
I see in your mind that you are tempted to take my place.
Not correct, Doctor. Although I am aware of your mind attempting to contact mine. Were you born a telepath?
Yes.
May I show you to your quarters?
I think I'll stay here a bit.
Now, is she a telepath or an empath?
What is it he sees when he looks at you? I must know.
With the visor off.
I can't understand why they let you go with Carlos,
They, Captain?
the male population of the Federation.
Oh,
Of course,
God.
Kirk's already drinking with her.
He's got on his fancy sweater.
You know, I wore this to court once. Won the case.
I spent 4 years on Vulcan studying their mental discipline.
You poor girl.
Vulcan was necessary to my sanity. You know, I was just noticing your Vulcan idic, Mr. Spock. Is it a reminder that as a Vulcan, you can mind link with the Medusans far better than I could?
Why are you taking it personal? They're wearing their fancy sweaters.
Seems like she's very jealous that she's not a Vulcan.
Do you feel any way may be found to employ Medusan navigators on starships? It would certainly solve many of our navigational problems.
The designers, that's where Larry comes in, can work on adapting instruments.
Is that a Scottish scarf that Scotty's got on there?
To Miranda Jones, the loveliest human ever to grace a starship.
Jesus.
How can one so beautiful condemn herself to look upon ugliness the rest of her life?
How can one so full of joy and the love of life as you, Doctor, condemn yourself to look upon disease and suffering for the rest of your life?
Yeah, Scotty's definitely wearing that. Must be his version of like a dress-up outfit.
Yeah, I like that. Each one's wearing something from where they're from.
What is it?
There's somebody nearby thinking of murder.
Everyone looks at Scotty.
It was a delightful dinner.
Sleep well, Miranda.
I mean, it's interesting that they just added in this like new random
Sure you're well enough to find...
engineer builder or whatever character, so you'd think he's gonna eventually do something. Kirk's like, look at him.
Larry, would you like to stop off at engineering with me? A bottle of scotch says that you can't handle the controls you designed. Some other time.
I thought the dinner was never going to end. You were so far away.
Oh, he's down bad.
Please, Miranda, don't go with Carlos.
Now, we've been over this time and time again.
That you're a woman, and that I'm a man, one of your own kind. And that Carlos will never be able to give you anything like this.
Oh. She doesn't look impressed. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I simply cannot love you the way you want me to.
Miranda.
And I'm going away with Carlos.
Oh.
Friend zoned. It's brutal.
I think you better leave now.
It's you.
So it's you.
Oh, shit.
Who is it you want to kill, Larry? Is it me?
You wanted to kill all the men for hitting on her?
I want to help you.
So now you want to help me? Great psychologist. Why don't you try being a woman for a change?
Ooh.
Well, he just got his heart broken. Can't, although she's probably told him multiple times, like, hey, I don't like you. He just keeps sticking around.
Yeah, I mean, she said she's been honest with him since the beginning. But, you know, sometimes when you get friend zoned, that's how it is.
I can change her. She'll change her mind.
Yeah. She'll come around.
She's not going to change her mind.
I like this shot.
Yeah, these POV shots.
Oh, is that where the box is going to be? He was going to kill the Medusan box? Oh.
Ugh.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, this is new. Isn't that what we all want to do when someone bumps into you in public?
Yeah.
Just knock them out.
Oh, 2 levels.
Oh, that's how you know it's gonna be a good episode.
Ah, there, Marvick. So you couldn't resist the wee waiter.
Do you know whether he saw the Medusan?
Yes, he did.
Then insanity will surely be the result.
Yeah, they did set that up.
Dangerous insanity.
The controls are all yours. Scott will be in your room this evening.
Come on, Scotty.
An attempt was made to murder Ambassador Collis. The murderer is dangerously insane. He is Lawrence Marvick. Be on the
He
watch.
has gone insane. Here's the controls.
Oh, damn it.
Whoa! Look at this!
Whoa.
What are these angles? Did they like swap lenses just for these shots?
Yeah, it was like a wide angle lens.
That might be my laugh out loud moment for the whole season. He's surely gone insane. The controls are all yours.
But we're traveling at warp factor 8.5.
Oh, I like this shot too. Come on, Ralph. Let's go.
He's pulling out all the stops.
Boundaries of the universe will be safe.
I was gonna say, I mean, I know he's insane, but he's still just a man, right?
I can see what he sees. No, don't. Don't think of it.
Liar! Liar! Deceiver, you're not alone! You brought it with you! Liar! 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 I love you, Miranda.
Say it. Say it.
He's dead, Jim.
Yes.
Oh, man. What a complex situation.
Now I'm starting to think, did the ambassador show him the truth about this Miranda lady?
Good, unhinged performance by that guy.
Perhaps for the purpose of this emergency, I might become Collis. Of course, Dr. Jones will not wish to give me permission to accomplish the mind link. Her mind must be so engaged that no thought of what I am doing shall intrude.
I think that could be arranged.
Date night.
I may be sentimental, but this is my favorite
Kirk
place.
distraction with his charm.
What lovely flowers. May I touch them?
Certainly.
All the writing in this is really good. Like all the setups are all paying off here. It's like nothing feels like unnecessary. Bringing up that like, oh, the Medusans are good with net. We can use them for navigation, and then we can mind meld and use it for navigation.
Yep. Yeah, you're right.
You mustn't blame yourself because Marvick loved you.
I didn't want his love. I couldn't return it. Shall I tell you what human companionship means to me? A struggle. A defense against the emotions of others. Pity. Pity is the worst of all. Now, I agree with the Vulcans. Violent emotion is a kind of insanity.
Wow. Yeah, she definitely admires the Vulcans, that's for sure.
You're going to yearn for someone who looks like yourself, someone who isn't ugly.
Who is to say whether Kalos is too ugly to bear or too beautiful to bear?
Eye of the beholder.
This reminds me of like a high school football captain hitting on like the like the lonely goth girl.
Kalos, no, you mustn't let him do it.
Ah, damn it, Kirk.
Ah!
Your charm wasn't enough this time.
Yeah, she didn't reciprocate any of that.
The Enterprise is at stake. It is not possible for you to be involved.
Why put yourself in jeopardy?
This is not a duty that you can assume. The object is to pilot this ship. That is something you cannot do.
Then teach me to operate the ship. I can memorize instantly.
Now, wait a minute. I realize that you can do almost anything a sighted person can do, but you can't pilot a starship.
What?
No.
Fascinating.
She's blind.
You are blind, and there's some things you see.
Wow!
What?
No part of me suspected that at all.
Evidently a highly sophisticated sensor web. My compliments to you, and to your dressmaker.
You can't see, And Collis can't hurt you.
An elegant solution.
That's insane.
Pity is the worst of all.
Ah, the writing.
Which I hate.
And that,
Oh my.
so many lines are coming back to me.
I might have to rewatch this one.
Yeah. It makes me wonder, did Bones know the whole time and just not say anything out of respect?
Like, I want to know the exact moment he figured it out.
Because when he dropped it, it was so casual. Like, he was like, you can do almost everything a sighted person can. Like, no big deal, as if everyone should be aware. But obviously, him being the doctor, it is a nice detail that he would be, like, fully aware, and Spock and Kirk had no idea. So, that's good.
Why hadn't you told me?
Oh, here we
She
go.
would have told you herself if she'd wanted you to know. I respect her privacy.
Damn.
In the beginning, when she was, like, looking at Kolos, and she's like, what does he see I must know? I was, like, confused, because I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you already have the mind link with it, how do you... But it's like, it all just makes perfect sense now. It's just so great.
Ah, damn it.
This is delightful.
Oh, no.
3, 2, 1, 0.
They really like using that shot now.
Bullseye, Mr. Spock.
Thank you, Mr. Chekhov. Maneuver completed, Captain.
Take over, Mr. Sulu. You must dissolve the link.
So soon. You're wise, Captain.
Is he gonna actually do it?
Captain. Spock! Don't look!
It'll make him go insane. I like how they built that little cubicle for him. He's not blind again, is he?
Spock,
That shot is terrifying.
you're safe with us now.
Oh, no, he's not blind. He just went insane. Good luck, dude. An insane Spock. Oh,
Strongest member. Oh, no.
Sulu and Chekhov both running up. That was excellent.
Oh, my God.
He's hardly breathing.
Damn, dude. Kirk had to pull that trigger. He had no choice.
His mind has gone down almost too far even for me to reach.
If you don't reach him soon, he'll die. Yes, you want him to die. What did you do to him on the bridge? Did you make him forget to put the visor over his eyes?
You're insane!
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to Collis.
Please go away!
He was just giving some tough love to motivate her.
And little detail, since she's not wearing that poncho thing, her eyes are all over the place.
Now, Spock, this is to the death or to life for both of us.
Oh.
Here comes the Vulcan death grip.
Every episode this season is ending with people touching someone's face. Spock should have sat up and went. It worked.
You look like you've paid a visit to the devil himself.
Miranda. I didn't think you'd even talk to me.
Well, I have you to thank for my future. Your words enabled me to see.
This gave me little chills.
I have something for you.
What is it? I can't see.
I know now the great joy you felt when you joined minds with colors. The glory of creation is in its infinite diversity.
And the ways our differences combine to create meaning and beauty.
Really getting most out of that pendant thing that they just brought up this episode for the first time.
Peace and long life, Spock.
Live long and prosper, Miranda.
Peace.
Peace. Oh, does he put that on because when it's phasing, you might see through it?
Oh, maybe,
box,
like,
maybe?
just in case.
Although Kirk was looking right at it.
Maybe he just closed his eyes. Oh, there you go. Hey, target audience. If you want to watch this episode in full along with us, check out our Patreon, where you can get a 7-day free trial, which will give you access to all of our full uncut reactions, including this one, that you can use to sync up to the episode. You'll also get early access to our YouTube videos, all of the exclusive content we have on Patreon, and much more. The link is in the description.
Yeah, you see that meme where the guy's writing and then like fire, like the paper's on fire. Where he's like,
yeah.
Right. That was this entire episode. Like, the person who wrote this, they were just like, oh yeah. So it's like,
so it was. It's credited as Jean Lisette Aroste or Arost. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. The comments, I'm sure, will let us know who that actually is. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch this one. You know me, how I love media where something's revealed later on and it's going to affect the next time you watch it because you're going to be looking for what's different. And that reveal of her being blind was like such like a, oh my God moment where it's like it kind of just flipped the whole thing. I mean, the thing was already good, where that just took it up to another level. Yeah, I think this is definitely going to be in my top 5 or top 10 by the end of the season. This might be one of my favorite episodes like ever. This was fantastic. The writing was just perfect. Everything brought up in the beginning, played a big part later on. Like, nothing felt unnecessary. Like, just solid. Super solid.
Yeah, so much I feel like I want to talk about. But, so first of all, I've said it already, but Ralph Sinensky, all of his episodes have been some of my favorites. Just coincidentally, none of his episodes he directed were my favorite episode of Season 1 or my favorite episode of Season 2. I just really liked them all. I will be shocked if this is not my favorite episode of Season 3. Unless we end up loving Season 3, I just... It's going to sound crazy. This might be my favorite episode. Like, at least going off a first watch, like, wow, I enjoyed everything about this. You already addressed the writing, but I mean, we'll talk about the direction of it. So many new shots we've never seen before. The POV shots, the tracking shots on the Enterprise in the hallway, I really liked. Kind of the creepy atmosphere it set with Kolos and the box whenever that would come into play. The fade in and out was a little bit corny, but like the stuff where they'd go up to the door and then like the psychedelic frames that would come in and out, all that was excellent. I loved for the POV shots, especially when Spock goes insane and he's fighting all the Enterprise members and you see it from his point of view. Like, that's something I just never would have expected from this show. So I really loved all of that. And then the second thing I'll say, and then I'll throw it back to you, great performances, not only from the Enterprise and all of our usuals, but the two guest performances. Larry Marvick, who was played by David Frankham, and then also Dr. Miranda Jones, who was Diana Muldar, who was in Return to Tomorrow, another Ralph Sinensky episode, so I wonder if he had a hand in bringing her back for this. But I thought she was just fine in that episode, but in this one, she was excellent. And also then her character being blind was just an added layer. And then also Larry, when he goes insane, a really great unhinged performance from him. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you brought up all the camera stuff, which I love, but also that wide-angle lens was, like, so trippy. Like, if I ever got high and watched Star Trek, I'd imagine it'd look just like that, because those were tripping me out, man. I brought up, like, Jesus, why is everyone, like, hitting on this woman so much? It's, like, bringing up her look, all this. It's, like... And she's blind, and it's like the whole thing about like, oh, human emotions, blah, 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 but pity's the worst. And when the blind reveal comes later, it's like, ah. I don't think they could have done this one any better. Like, I'm trying to think of any sort of complaint here.
There's even more I got to bring up. I also love just like the little touches of like the props and things they add in this episode it just shows the effort. And like, I understand there was budget cuts this season, and there's even arguments you could make of like, oh, they weren't into it as much because they knew it was going to be the last season, whatever the case is. Just like the visors they had on, the prop of the box itself of Kolos, and then also like that room they were in when Kirk took Miranda to the room of like flowers, kind of like a garden area. Like, I'm pretty sure we've never seen that before. It's like, we've talked about this before in other episodes, but it's like, I love for like the set design and the costume design when you can tell in certain episodes there's just that extra layer, like just that extra effort that for some reason stands out in more on some episodes and not others, and this one definitely, you could tell, had that extra effort. One of my favorite scenes was that dinner scene towards the beginning where they're all dressed up and they're all drinking and talking. That is like the perfect scene to describe like how to do it well and how not to, because that scene could have been extremely boring. The dialogue could have been repetitive like we saw in the last episode, not really get us anywhere, but it was one of the most interesting scenes of the whole episode, and it's just the characters talking to each other and you know, just kind of being I'm trying to think of the word for it, not like character growth, but just kind of like deep character stuff to make them more believable as like real people and not fictional characters. And you know, I love that. Like, that's one of my favorite parts about Star Trek. Anytime it's just like the characters talking to each other, right? Like, and it's done well, and they're not just sitting there pondering over the plot like, is this the issue? Is this the issue? Like, no, they were just sitting there talking about whatever and learning about each other. So I loved that.
Number one laugh out loud moment of the season so far. Oh, he's definitely lost his mind. The controls are all yours.
That was great.
Oh, just perfect. But also, they set it up earlier because he's also an engineer. And it's like, oh, because of the writing. He's like, oh, if you want to come by my room, I got a bottle of scotch we can drink. And he's like, nah, I'm okay. I'm going to leave. But then, like, he goes to visit him and say, oh, hey, buddy. Oh, controls are all yours.
You know, you brought up the reveal, obviously. That might have been my favorite reveal thus far in the whole show, of any reveal, like mid-episode, end of episode, whatever, of her being blind. I 100% didn't see it coming. The actress did a great job. They totally fooled me. And not only that, but when it happened, it instantly 100% made sense. It wasn't a twist that was like, oh, that surprised me because it doesn't, we had no hints. The hints were there. Like, it just, I did not catch it at all.
To add on to that, it's like, oh, I can't love you like that. Maybe because, you know, she can't, like, connect with them on the level she can with this thing, because it's like, she can't see. So, like, all of her other senses are above. And also, we see her look right into it, but I think for a second we were like, that's weird. Like, maybe she's special, but it's because she's blind. Like, she wants to connect with this thing. She can't.
The episode just gives you so many reasons to rewatch it, which is one of the few flaws of like TOS, and like because it's a 60s show that's, you know, episodic, there aren't a ton of episodes that are like, wow, I'll really enjoy this on a second watch because of this, this, and this. But this is one of those few episodes where it really leaves it on the table to be like, I already know I'm going to thoroughly enjoy this on a second watch for different reasons than the first time watching it. So I got to commend it for that too.
Yeah, I mean, we already watched it with like a pretty close eye, but like this one, I'm gonna like watch it with like a microscope. Like, I'm gonna be looking at everything here, because Ralph is putting all of his his little details and giving the actors like, hey, do this, do that, and I'm wondering, just clicking through here, when the engineer is yelling at Miranda, calling her a liar. I wonder if he's calling her a liar because he mind melds with this thing. So does he know that she's blind? And it's like, oh, you're a liar.
Is that when he found out? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm going to be so interested to rewatch. I'm also going to be so interested to see what you guys all have to say, our patrons and our YouTube comments, because, look, is this crazy? Am I crazy? What's the, it's like, is my favorite episode of the whole show in season 3? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. I'm sure once we finish the whole show, we'll do like a retrospective of the whole thing or whatever. But like, just purely based on my raw reaction to the first watch, this might have been my favorite first watch through of the whole show. So I don't know if that will make it my best episode once we get to that point to decide that. But wow, really impressed.
Yeah, I mean, City on the Edge of Forever is forever my number one. But after this one, I'm like, whew, I don't know, man. It's like, watch, people are going to comment, this is the worst episode. What are you guys talking about?
This one never was that good to me. And that's fine if that's your opinion. Like, hey, we'll have plenty of different opinions. I saw a comment on the episode that went up today, and someone was like, I really thought you guys were going to like this one a lot more than you did. Just goes to show, I love watching your guys' videos because I never know what to expect. And, that's the type of comment that makes me love doing this. You know what I mean? As much like shit as we get sometimes, it's like, that's 100% true. We also have no idea, most of the time, what you guys are going to think about these episodes too, so I'm really excited to see.
Yeah, it's just fascinating, this whole thing, because it's like someone's favorite is also someone's least favorite. It's like how everyone's mind like connects with different things. It's like it's weird. It's like that's the fascination of the show. It's like every episode is so different sometimes, and like give the same episode to like 5 different people, you're gonna have 5 different reaction reviews. It's crazy.
Absolutely. Well, we could probably talk about this episode even longer, but we'll wrap it up for now, and we'll probably be discussing this episode in some way or another later on down the line. So Let us know what you guys thought if it's your first time here. Make sure to subscribe, continue this journey with us, become part of the target audience.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching along with us. I'm Alex. This is Josh. We're the target audience. Content's made for absolutely everybody. We think it's specifically made for us and hopefully for you as well. Thank you. We'll see you next time.